right. So it's late and I'm feeling very motivated to get this done. So thanks for joining. I see there's somebody who is here. Let's get here. Let's crack this machine. We're just going to crack a machine from VownHub. Let me close this. All right, so the machine that we're going to complete today is called DC, and this is a vulnerable machine from VownHub. So you can just go to vulnerhub.com and you see a machine called DC6. Let's see. Come on. I know it's here. So there's DC1, DC2, DC3, and I'm completing this one. This is a really good machine because I'm going to be using some tools that I want to get familiar with, like Burp Suite, which is something really fun. So download this machine from here, import it in VirtualBox. In this case, I'm running mine in VirtualBox right here. And I have Kali Linux running in VMware Fusion. All right. So that's what we're doing here. Let's run an nmap very quickly. Actually, let's ping it. 192.168.38.15. That's my IP address for the machine. Our ping works. Nmap -sv -sc 192.168.38.15. We're just enumerating with nmap. We want to find out what's going on this machine, what's running. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me and if everything else is okay. I haven't tested this one. So we're running nmap, and as you can see, it's quickly done. OpenSSH version that is not vulnerable for the most part. So we have port 80, which we can look at. So let's check out port 80 and then see what's going on there. So if we go here on the machine before I open port 80, let me show you a few things that may be of interest. So this is our DC6 machine. We got two clues. We were asked to create a custom word list so that it doesn't take too long to brute force. We need to keep this in mind. And there's another part too. The author also suggests that we add this machine to our Etsy host. So let's do that. All right, thank you. All right, this right here, this entry here is what the author suggested somewhere here that we edit. He said this is very important. We need to edit to the host file, the IP address, not this one, but we wanted to edit like that, and that's what I did here. I added it to my Etsy host, so it's going to be resolving to Wordy. All right. So now that we have our host in there and we have a browser, let's go to that location. Let's just check out what's on the machine. 192.168.38.15. There, it redirects to Wordy. And this is a clue, right? It says Wordy, and this looks like a WordPress site. There's a logo here. It's about WordPress, which takes us to the version. This is a lot of information right away that we can get here from Wordy. Okay, let me do this. preferences. Let's clear the cache so you don't get to see a bunch of these. Dash. Okay, let's clear everything. So I'm clearing the cache so you don't see stuff from when I was practicing. So close the tabs. All right. Since it's a WordPress site, we can run Wordpress if we wanted to see if there's anything else there. I think we can, but we pretty much know the default locations of where things are on WordPress. But I'll show you anyway, just in case there's other people out there. 15. Or, since we already know, and for this one, let's use the medium.txt, at least for now. This is where it is. User share Wordbuster, word list, medium.txt. I want to go for PHP recursive, start that. So we're brute forcing for some directories on our site, even though we already know that it's a WordPress site. But let's just brute force for those who want to see it. Then let's go to the site and enumerate it manually. And on the site, 38.15, it redirects to Wordy, and it's a WordPress site, like we said earlier. So what I like to do when I get these websites is I like to view the web page source. In this case, it's WordPress. So we know what we need to do here. We need to deploy WP scan, but I'm just showing you if it was in WordPress, if it was a Apache or something like that, I will view page source. Even on WordPress you can, but looking for any JavaScript that may be running, that might be interesting. You're also looking for comments, because people leave comments that may be interesting. All right, so since this didn't give us much, we need to deploy WP scan, and I'm just showing you where you can find more information about WP scan. Then I'll show you what you can run to make sure that we can enumerate with this WordPress site. So the newer version of WP scan requires us to have an API key. So because of that, I might not show you the full scan. I'll just show you without, because I don't want to show you my API scan. I have a paid API. I'll show you the one that I have here. All right, so this is what I had. I ran this last time on our live stream. I ran WP scan, and this is me just brute forcing. This is what we had last time. But if you wanted to just run normal WP scan, I encourage you to spend some time reading this documentation here. Let's find better documentation. This looks like some custom Python scripts. You need to be able to just quickly find these tools online, and I don't want to use somebody's Python script. I want to use default WP scan. Okay, let me refer to my cheat sheet. Some of you might have seen my cheat sheet here. I'll show you what it looks like, but here's what you can just run very quickly to scan WordPress. What we want is to just use the aggressive scan, and without the API we'll not be able to find the plugins, but at least we'll find some users if there are any. And in this case, let's use roq.txt. Okay. This should show us the help for WP scan. BT, it's good to see you, man. I didn't think you would join. It's this late. It's after midnight. Okay, so we have WP scan preloaded here. So all we need to do now is point it to roku.txt, but there's a trick here. The owner of the user who showed us this said that we need to create a custom word list, not use the whole list. So let's go back to that DC 06. Oh, found up. Let me show you where I found this information. So it's important that we read this because this would take a long time. Here's our clue. Let's do that. This way we don't spend too much time. All right. So this is going to generate password.txt. So right away, I know that I'm going to be enumerating for users now, which is going to be interesting. So let's use WP scan with the aggressive mode to find the users. And this is what you do. I put the URL as wordy because I added it to my Etsy host, and I'm looking for plugins, but I don't have an API, so it will not find them. So at least we'll find some users. So let's run that. Give it a moment, enter. All right, so here I'm doing some detection. Let's see if I find something interesting here. Let's refresh. I see 2 alerts. Yeah, this is my Kali Linux, going to that. So I am generating some alerts. This is for when I was trying to log into the WP scan site. So yeah, we're capturing some alerts in Security Onion. So if you're interested in this, deploy the lab like I show you on this channel. There's 12 videos that you can follow. But here's our aggressive scan. It's going. And while the scan is going, let's check out the site one more time. It's called Wordy. They don't have much here. Usually what you want to do is you want to find if there's a contact us page and see if you can inject some PHP in the contact, if it's doing any input validation or something like that. But they don't seem to have anything of interest on this site. We can save this image. And check it out, but I don't think there's anything in the image. All right, so here it is. WP scan found admin Mark, Graham, Sarah, Jens. So we have users. With users, and we were told that we can find passwords. So now with users, we can just go for the passwords. So this is awesome. And like I showed you in my history, this new tab here. This is from our last live stream. Greppo. So if you remember our last live stream when we were doing Mr. Robots, this is the WP scan command that we wrote, and we said we pointed to usernames, and we're using Elliot, and we had a word list.txt for passwords. We can try right now with the users that we found here. We can list all these users in a file, then point them to a password.txt that we created. But in this case, let's just do this. Because I'm so lazy, I don't want to type all this stuff. I just want to change what I want, what I need. So let's see, instead of list, this is going to be passwords.txt. We need to check that. And for users, let's pick one. Mark or Graham? Mark. This is 15. All right. What I should actually do is add one of these to my cheat sheets. Oh, is this happening again? It's usernames. Come on. All right, so what did I do wrong here? URL. I copied the wrong one of all the ones that I do. Okay. That should do it. I'm just going to go with one that worked. I think this one worked. All right, so let's leave some max threads there. Username is Mark. This is going to be passwords.txt. $15. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, I remember fixing this last time in our live stream. It's not recognizing these two. Man, I need to add this to my cheat sheet. Okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say I'll add it to my cheat sheet. Now that I've done this, I don't want to ever struggle with this again. Let's copy that. All right, there we go. So while it's running, let's add it to our cheat sheet. Oh, there's a redirect. So let's fix that. Since it's redirecting, let's hit it directly. All right, we're in business. Now let's go and fix this so it doesn't happen again. Enumeration, WP scan, see that? Now I will add that command here. So next time you see me working on WP scan, I already have this. Actually, I had it here. It's 850. Yeah. All right, so let's go back. WP scan is running. We're scanning for, we're trying to brute force pretty much. And during this time, our trusted friend here should be catching stuff. Security Onion should be catching all this brute forcing that I'm doing. At least in here. Okay, let's see. This is just refreshing. All right, that's good. So thank you all for joining. This is amazing. We have a lot of people here and we're just going for a quick machine, and I'm hoping this doesn't take too long. It's called DC6 from Hub, and we are attacking this machine in our Kali Linux right now, and we're in the process of brute forcing for passwords, especially for a user called Mark. we did a WP scan earlier and we found Mark, Graham, Sarah, Jens. So we have some users. What I could have done, the easiest way would have been to create a file called users.txt, then point users.txt to passwords.txt, but we don't want to do that because that will take a little bit longer. I know Mark, we can create Mark, but we can say cat passwords.txt, and this is going to be a subset of Roku.txt, and we got that hint from the person who created the machine. They told us, hey, don't use the whole lab, just use this one. So that's what we are using. And during that time, we're brute forcing directories. So let's stop this. But this is Dearbuster. We brute force some directories, but since this is a WordPress, let's keep in mind what we have. WP content. These are places that most people who have worked with WordPress, they know WP content exists, WP admin exists, but I just wanted to show you that this is what we have. We have WP content themes 2017. Keep in mind of all these things that all these locations that we have here. Let's view them right here on the list view or in tree. This is easier. WP content, themes. We're going to already see that we have a 2017 theme. Assets, images, WP includes. All right. So that's what we have from here. Let's check out if we got any results from our brute forcing. Right, we managed to brute force Mark's password here. As you can see, we're in as Mark and password is helpdesk01. So what were we brute forcing? We're brute forcing WordPress login. So let's go and just access that particular location. It's called WP admin. Oh, wait a second. We don't know if Mark is an admin yet, so let's not go to admin. Let's just go to the WP login. And if you didn't know about this one, you can find it from our results here. From Dearbuster. Dearbuster will tell you that there's a login page that you can use. All right. So there's no guesswork here. So it's Mark. And there is help desk 01. Okay, let's log in as Mark. Let's not save. All right, so it looks like Mark is just a normal user. We don't have the whole menu here. Usually with WordPress, we'll see more stuff if Mark was an admin. And here's all the other users that we found earlier. So Mark is not an administrator. So here's something interesting that you'd have to do when you're doing it by yourself. When we did our WP scan earlier, we didn't get the plugins that were vulnerable right here. There are two plugins that are vulnerable in this system, and I will show you one of them right now. We're going to use, there's two ways that we can get a user here. I'm going to show you one of them that involves using Burp Suite, because I think that's more valuable for us. Since last time we said we want to learn how to intercept requests, web requests using Burp, and really use forward and intercept. That's what we're trying to get used to. That's the one that I'm going for. I'm not going for the other one. Then once we intercept the request, we should be able to get root here. So there's two vulnerable applications. Let me show you one of the vulnerabilities that is there. Okay. One of the vulnerabilities that I found is this one. And this will be straight in your face. If you use the API key right here, it will be listed right here with your API key. I didn't have a time to blur mine, and I don't want to show you my API key for someone who might be using it. But if you run this with an API key, you find out that this is one of the vulnerabilities that is there, and I'll explain what this vulnerability does. So this vulnerability says that a user can pretty much upgrade their own permissions. So the vulnerability allows any registered users to gain administrator access. Imagine if you have a WordPress site that is open to the public. This vulnerability right here that I'm going to show you will allow anyone who signs up as a user on the website to escalate their privileges, and I'll show you how to do that using Burp Suite. So that's the vulnerability, one of the vulnerabilities that you find with your API key. And this is the one right here. And how do we then escalate privileges using this version, using this vulnerability? Here's how. First, fire up your Burp Suite, turn interception on. But before you do that, let's go, we're in as Mark. Let's go to his profile. So if Mark wants to become admin, the way this vulnerability works is that we can come in here, turn interception on, come in here, turn our proxy on. If you're not familiar with Burp Suite, it's a proxy. Someone last time said I should use Foxy proxy, and I'm almost tempted to do it right now because I'm tired of going to these settings. All right. Proxy settings are on. We're here as Mark. It's as simple as if we say update Mark's profile, then we get this right here. All we need to do is tag some text here to allow him to be an administrator. Let's see if the POC has. And I'll show you the text. Oh, I found it somewhere here. Oh, let me show you what it looks like. And this just allows him to become root. And let me show you, just give me one moment here. Note that. Right, here's our request. We need to take this from here all the way up to here. That's the text from the proof of concept for that vulnerability that I found, is that you can use, if you take this right here and forward this request and forward it again. All right. Now, look at what happened. Things expanded. Mark now has administrative privileges. Let's turn off this proxy. I'll show you. I thought this was the most clever way of doing this one. All right. Here, look, now admin is even showing up and everybody's showing up, and now we have settings and everything. And Mark is now an admin on our WordPress site. It's as simple as that. So if you have a WordPress site that is not updated, this is something that anyone can do. So you want to make sure that they don't do this. And then with admin privileges, now we can get shell. And remember last time on our last live stream with Mr. Robots, we went and edited 404.php and put our PHP shell there. This time, let me show you another one that we can do. I'm trying to learn different things that we can use here. Let's use Hello, the plugin here. Actually, I need to go to the plugin editor. We can do the same thing that we did with the 404 page with one of these plugins here. As you can see, this is all in PHP, right? So let's grab our reverse shell. I have shell.php. This is from the Pentest Monkey. This is already set up for me and ready to go. Oh, come on. Copy that. So it's very simple to get shell once you get admin privileges in WordPress. And I'll explain what I'm doing here. Let's remove any. All right. So this is the PHP reverse shell from Pentest Monkey. This is a very popular PHP reverse shell. You want to get familiar with it if you're brand new. But pretty much the only place you need to change is I passed it right here. You put to the IP address of your Kali Linux where you'll be listening for the connection, and you can change the port. So as you can see, my port is 8088. So I'm going to start a listener. LVNP 8088. I'm just going to get a reverse shell here. Am I going to find this plugin? Okay, let's just say update this file. File updated successfully. So now I need to find out where is this plugin on my WordPress site. If I didn't know, actually this thing should be able to tell me where plugins are. Unless if I didn't scan all the way. Okay, last time I knew that it was a /404, but let's see if I can find this plugin. Oh. Here. I think where plugins editor. I'm just trying to find the full path to these plugins here. Oh, here is hello.php. Let's edit this one. I think I should be able to just do this one from WP content. Let's put it here. Let's put our reverse shell here. It doesn't matter where you put it. I guess that's where I'm going with this. And it says inactive here, but I'm not sure if that even matters anyway. It should fire whether it's enabled or not. 192.168. Alright, so slash. I know this is probably not right. I'm just testing this one. Yeah, I knew that. I think that's... Oh, come on. Where are those plugins located? Maybe I should have finished this one. What I'm now thinking, copy link location. Wouldn't that be nice to just cheat? There we go. No, but that is going to take me to that location. That won't give me a reverse shell. Are my plugins disappearing? Let's see. I'm just trying to find where that plugin resides, then I will be able to get there. Is it in the WP content? I think so. Let's see. Nope. All right, guys, let's use our Google here. Wordpress. Something like that. Oh, isn't that interesting? WP includes. Really? I didn't see them here. Let's try that. /. No. What is this readme.txt? Alright guys, I'm kind of getting stumped on the location of the plugins. Let me look here. Where did I find the plugins from? Of course, I just need to trigger my plugin. If I can find the plugin location, I'm just going to go with the PHP location. Let's see. Yeah, that plugin is, I can use that one, but the exploit for that one is just too straightforward. Oh, I see. I'm being a dumbass. I'll show you. It's in WP content. I think I can do PHP. There we go. Bam! Found it. So WP content plugins, then the name of the plugin. And there is my show. I just triggered it right now by going to that location. See what happens when you're not being super smart about what you're doing. But this is part of the learning, right? Who are we? We are www data. That's good. So let's fix this shell and get root here, so we're not here all night. All right. So we're in here as www data. Let's ls. What do we have? Nothing of interest. Can we see all those users in our home directory? Yeah. Let's go to Mark since we already have access to Mark. Mark has stuff. What stuff? He has things to do. All right, Mark. Add a new user, Graham. We found Graham last time. And Graham and his password. Good. Thanks to Mark. We just need to get in as Graham. Instead of switching, let's start a new terminal. Because SSH is open 38.15. Let's try to see if we can get in as Graham and his password. All right, so we're in as Graham. What do we have for Graham? Doesn't help me. You're hoping somebody did the unthinkable and they typed in the password in plain text and all that with SSH commands. I don't have anything there. All right, so as Graham, sudo -l, we do this all the time. What can we run with sudo privileges? Oh, sudo. Oh. What is this? You can run this without password, but it's under gens. Gens. Okay, there it is. All right, so it's under gens. But anyone in this group can run it, and it can be run by Graham with that permission. And Graham is also part of devs. Okay, so we can edit it. That's not bad. Since we can edit it, let's see what's in there first before we edit it. Okay. So let's echo /bin. Sure. Let's replace that. Now let's see. All right. With that, let's run this and see if it will work. Is gen. That's what this means. We can run with sudo permission as gen for that thing. Gens. All right, who am I? I should be gens. That's good. Let's fix this terminal. Can we clear? Yes. ls. Okay, so gens doesn't have anything. We can look for SUIDs here for any files that we can execute, but let's do it again. Sudo -l, and they did it again. This time we can run this as root, and guess what we have? This is the second time on this channel that we have seen this. Nmap. And Nmap in my privilege escalation here, I have this link of all things Nmap. And this link is gold. You see Nmap, think of this location. I'll show you. So all things Nmap. Here are all the things that we can do with Nmap to escalate our privileges. We can run this, then we get Nmap in interactive mode and it will give us root, or we can run it in non-interactive mode. So bookmark this one for your own cheat sheet. If you see Nmap after running sudo -l, try all these. Give them a try, all of them, until one of them works. So this one says if binary is allowed to run a super user by sudo. So let's use one of these. I'm trying to think. Should we start with the one on top? So when Nmap is allowed like that, that's what we do. Let me check. Oh, we have. Oh yeah, I just saw a message that somebody was using. Let's try this. ID. Jens. Darn it. It didn't work. It didn't work, team. It didn't work. I didn't do it right. But if you see Nmap next time, just it's that simple. Let's go back to our one of them should work. Let's keep trying. Oh, where did I put them? Where in the world did I put my... I lost my cheat sheet for Nmap. Alright. I'm trying the second one. Oh, there it is. So this one, it's TF equals KMT echo execute bin shell. Okay, let's try it. It should work. That's what I'm seeing. Let's try it again. All right, so this text here is what is on the other screen right there. And that's how we escalate privileges with Nmap. Let's see. What is it this time? All right, it worked. I think I might have had a space after my copy paste. So this text is exactly what we had right here, the very first one for Nmap. So the biggest takeaway here is if you see Nmap after SUIDs, this is a really good resource for you. Right, so all right. So we learned a few things here. We learned how to enumerate WordPress. We learned how to get shell from WordPress, which was our second time doing that. We learned that if we see SUIDs, we can exploit them, and we did that twice, and we got root on this machine. And I think that was a nice demo for us. Let's go here and check. I think I saw an alert in Security Onion about plain text stuff. Is this still loading? I think I generated too much data. Okay, here is an alert that I generated. I was looking at earlier, I think, and this was complaining about the plain text password that we entered in Security Onion, and right now it's not responding properly. So we can move away from this one. Let's check the other one. All right, so this was our Kali Linux 192.168.30.133, and this was our victim machine. Let me see if this is one of them. What did we do with this one? Okay, I think this one works. So this got caught by Suricata, mostly because we sent WP login in plain text, and as you can see here, it actually caught the actual request right here. And the rule that fired, I don't know if you can see it with me here, but it was a login with password in plain text, which makes me want to go and track down the PCAP and see if I can actually read this password. But as you can see, our Security Onion does capture the attacks as we do them, but we succeeded. So if you joined late, we exploited a WordPress site. We used Burp Suite to intercept the request, then made ourselves an admin for WordPress. We abused a plugin by injecting PHP reverse shell. Then after doing that, we got ourselves a shell, and then from there we abused some pseudo permissions pretty much, and it was a simple machine. So thank you all for joining. It's late here, it's almost 1 a.m. I'm going to bed. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this. I'm going for the Certified Ethical Hacker certification next week, so I'm just practicing. So expect more of these random streams. Otherwise, Sundays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time is our official live stream time. So if you want to stop by for live streams every single Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Otherwise, in the next few weeks, since I'm getting ready for the Certified Ethical Hacker Practical, the OSCP, I'm just going to be hacking all these machines at random times. So thank you. I will see you next time.